everyone, welcome back. It's Sunday and that means it's time for a little video from me. I hope you're all doing really well. If this is your first time here, then a very warm welcome as always. I do appreciate the time you take out to support my watching of my videos. So I have just been inspired by the lovely Rach from RachandBella's Crafts. Rach just did a video, I think it was a couple of days ago, but I watched it and I thought, oh, I just have to have a go at that. So thank you for Rach for the inspiration. I've put my own little spin on it, but I just loved it. It was adorable, and your video was lovely too, as always. If you haven't seen Rachel before, you don't know of Rachel, I'm sure you all do, but go and pop over. The link is in the description box for the video I watched. Go and have a look and support her channel. She's a lovely lady and I just love the things that she creates. Now this is what she made. It's little house pockets. And she did talk about them being a little secretive spot to write on, which it is, of course. And so I've just made one of these. It's really a quick and easy little production. So I won't keep you too long, and it's Sunday, so I'd like to keep it, make it simple. Right, so here it is. Isn't that just the most adorable little thing? And it does look like a little house with the little apexes over there. All right, so that's the front of it, and that's the back. I've just added a couple of decorations and made one or two slight variances on mine. Right, so I've got all those there. Used a bit of twine just to close it up. You can use ribbon, and I might use ribbon on the one I'm going to do with you. So that just comes off there. Then you've got a little pocket at the front here where I've just put in one of my little tags. You turn it open like that. I've made a little bit of decoration there, but you know, lots of space to write on. I've made a little pocket over here, which Rach didn't do on hers, but I mean, this is just, you know, everybody does different things. The benefit for hers was that you can open up this whole thing and write on the inside, and of course that's an option too. So I've just made some little thumbtacks there and put in a piece of ephemera for there, and then here's another little it looks like a little booklet, doesn't it? You can write there. We have another little pocket over here for another little tag which you can write on. And again, I have made the next page into another little pocket, and again, writing space here, and I put a thumb notch in there, and you can write on that piece of ephemera there. And that comes to the end of the little house book. Well, it's a little pocket, isn't it? But it does look like a little booklet, and I think that would make a wonderful addition, as she said, into your journal. So you could tuck it into a pocket, you could not decorate the back and stick it into a page, you could put this on the edge of a page and make it a wrap over and have a tuck spot at the back there, and have this on the front. I mean, it's endless. You could have this as a happy mail. It's just so quick, you'll be rolling these off. So I just had to share it with you. So go show Rachel some love, because this isn't my idea. Anyway, I've watched Rachel and that's where my inspiration came from. So thanks, Rach. You've saved me for Sunday because I'm not feeling great today. It's something that didn't agree with me and I needed something that's going to be quick today. So there it is. Right, what do we need? Put that to the side. Let's put it at the top there. Okay, so what do you need? You need a piece of paper, any piece of paper, and it doesn't matter what the size of the paper is. As long as it's a sheet of paper, the principles are going to apply. You don't need any measurements. Isn't that sounding fab already? Right, with my piece of paper, I have got it. I've just taken one of these from my book Lover's Bliss. Any piece of paper, guys, even a book page is going to look stunning. All right, so I've taken this one here. On the other side, I had this misprint, so I have got it double-sided. I didn't plan to put these two together. It's just a page I have. So go and look in the pages of prints that you have, or pages from kits that you have, bought, scrapbook, wallpaper, newspaper, magazines. It doesn't matter, just grab a sheet of paper. If you're not able to do something on both sides, that's easily remedied, because this is the bit that you're going to see on the underside like this, and you could stencil that before you stick it all together, or you can stick a piece over that area. So, you know, don't feel, oh, I can't do this because I don't have double-sided paper. All right. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do, the first thing you want to do is decide which you want to have as your underside and which you're going to have as the top. I'm going to have this as the outside and this as the inside. All right, so that's a good thing to note first of all. Then you want to just take this and fold it in half. So you want to bring the bottom to meet the top corners, just like that. I always use my nail just to line it up, and then get your bone folder out. Do that. All right. I forgot to tell you all the things that we need to add, and I'll do that in a second, but there's quite a few things. Let me show you now while I'm mid-flight of this. All right, so you're going to need some twine or ribbon as a closure. I've just put a couple of die cuts here. I don't know which ones I'm going to use, but I did use quite a few in mine. You don't have to use die cuts. I think Rach just used some lacy scraps and some stamps and bits and pieces like that. You know, something like this works well, where you can stamp letters. I've got some sentiments. These are bits that I've cut off of lacy pieces that people sent me. And I've just cut off some elements. They came, you know, all intricate, like especially for wedding motifs and that sort of appliques. I've cut off some of those. I've got a flower that I'm going to just stick on the front there like that. So that's where the motif goes. A little bit of lace over there. Couple of bits and pieces, but nothing, you know, whatever you want to decorate it with effectively, and a closure. That's what you need. All right, so sorry, back to the drawing board, but disjointed today. Right, so what did we do? We've just folded that in half that way. All right, now what you want to do is open it up. You want to take this bottom edge here and you want to fold it to the middle. All right, so you're going to match that up there. And of course, Abby's running around at my feet here with her little tennis ball. But, you know, because she's a small dog and she is small, she can't fit a tennis ball in her mouth. And so she's got one which was the size of a mini tennis ball, and it's decorated like a Brussels sprout. So that's what she's chasing around. Okay, so we folded that one in. We're going to do the same with the other side. Bring this edge up and meet it to the middle, to your fold line at the middle. Okay, is that right? It looks about right. There are thereabouts. Okay, so there we have it. We've got 4 quarters folded like that. That's our middle one, and the 2 we then folded in. Easy peasy. Okay, now we're going to fold this lengthwise. So you're going to take the bottom and fold it to the top, and then that will be the last of the folding. So hold that there, and there we go. Okay, so now you've got your 8 little sections here, and I know this will be hard to see when you're filming, so let's just hope that I can help with that. Grab a pencil. Okay, that's important. And we're going to make a couple of dots. So the first dot we want to make is up at the top here, in that top corner. So this is where the fold line is, right there. And I want to just make a pencil dot at the top there. And like Rachel said, I'm making them bigger in pencil so you can see. We want to then make a dot over here on that fold line, on this, so that we're making a dot on the 4 blocks over there. All right. We also want to have some dots on to sort of point out the 4 corners of this block here. So we've got these dots here. So we've got 4 dots on that section and 4 dots on the corners of that section. All right, so that's what we've got there. What you want to do now is take your ruler. You want to meet the dot on that corner, that block, up with the dot on that block. So let's put that straight down the center like that. So just match up those dots over there and draw your pencil line. All right. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to draw in that dot to there and that dot to there. So let's start here. We're going to go from there to there. Oops. Pencil thing closed. And we want to just get that up over here. Now I can't put my head under the camera, so I'm hoping that I am doing this properly. Dot to dot. There we go. Like that. Oops. Now thank goodness this is a pencil, so it's easy just to take my eraser and just rub it out, and any marks that you make afterwards easily are removed. Okay, so you've got a cross in that block and you've got a cross in that block. All right, now what you need is a craft knife, and as Rachel said, I'm not quite sure what to recommend if you don't have a craft knife, because on this occasion we are going to have to cut on some lines. Okay, so we are going to cut out a Z shape, or a Z if you're in America, from there to that point, down to that point, and there. So your Z letter or Z would be like that. Okay, so as she did, up there, down there, and up there. Okay, got that? Let's give it a go. I'm going to start in the middle here, and I'm going to go on the points over there and get it to that point over there. So we're just cutting from that cross to that where the line crosses there. Then we're going to just do the other two sections as I've pointed out. So we're going to take our blade and do that till there, and then I nearly cut the wrong one, and then over there. So just move that one more open, so where it starts, up like that. Okay, right, so you've got your little peaks here now. And what we want to do is we're going to now fold that in half. But now this is the part where you need to remember what's the right side and what's the wrong side. And this is my inside, the bit I drew on. And if you change your mind, you can just rub out your pencil marks. So that's all right. So just fold that up so that each one of the little roofs are facing outside like that. And then again, just match up the corners. I found that doing this saved me in the long run. Right, so now that I've got it facing me, I can see exactly what needs to be matched. So I'm just taking my burn folder again and just really burnishing that corner there and that corner there, just so that I've got it right. Okay, now grip these two bits like this, and I know this one always wants to play up. You want to make a sort of a cube shape, so you want to just move that in there, and sometimes it doesn't want to go because you have folded the paper the other way, so just encourage it a bit on those fold lines. So I'm just bending this back because the paper I did was really going the other way. So when you go like that, you've got a cube. Yeah, let's move the little roofs out the way. All right, so we've just gone like that. You've got to encourage it along the way, really. Okay, so now what you want to do is we want to go from there. We want to push this straight over to the other side. Now it's not going to want to go because the paper was folded the other way, but just keep folding it over so that you effectively have it like this. Yeah, and you've got a peak there and a peak there. And again, give this a nice burnish just so that it's encouraged to stay in that shape. We're just folding on the lines that are already there but against the grain, so it's not really liking it at this point. But once you've done this with your bone folder, it will be happily settled. Okay, right, now you want to find the flap that's open. So on this side, this is the end flap. All right, you want to fold that back on itself there and give that another burnish. Yeah, and you want to turn that over, and you want to get the flap on that side, and you want to turn it back there like that and give that another burnish. All right, then you want to just fold the two together. All right, so I've gone like that, and now I've gone like that. Okay, So there we have it. I know the last bit was a bit confusing, but if you just take it from your cube and you get it to fold against the grain, flatten it like that, and then each one of the loose sides, just keep folding them in the opposite way to where it is. Okay, and then fold it back on itself like that. Okay, is that how I had it? I think so. Right. Now, what I did want to do is I opened mine up at this point. This is where I really was making sure that the lines were, the edges were meeting up well. This is where you want to, first of all, you want to distress ink it. So let's do that quickly. Right, so you just want to give it a little bit of distress ink, especially on the bits that aren't, you know, you aren't going to be able to once you stick this down. So there is quite a lot of inking to do, but you can do it in no time. I hope you guys have had a fab day. I've had I haven't felt well the whole day, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned, but I'm lactose intolerant, and some days, most days I don't have a problem, but if I go over the threshold of the little bit of milk that I put in my tea, I struggle for the whole day, and it gives me terrible stomach aches. I don't know if anybody else has that, but yeah, and makes me feel really ill. So I haven't felt great until now, which is quite late on a Sunday. And at one point I thought I was going to have to say I can't do this video today. I'm sorry, I'm just rubbing out the pencil marks that you won't have on yours because it's just the directions that I did. Right, so that's looking lovely so far. This is the bit here that's really tricky that you need to get done before you stick anything down. On the other side as well. Of course, if you're not a fan of distressing, then you don't have any worries. It's just the white edges of things that I don't want sticking out. Right, now what Rach did, which is a great idea because I'm a fan for secret spots, you don't have to glue this down. I am going to glue mine down, but I'm just giving you both options. She's left hers loose because what you can do is you can open this all up, make your secret, you know, messages or whatever you want to write in there, and then you can put it all together again and have it as your little booklet. So there's that. But what I'm going to do, have I folded it the right way now? Well, we're going to see. Right, so what I want to do now is I want to get my little book in order so that I could have the little edges glued. If at all you're not sure where to go, always go back to the cube, fold it like that, and then fold it like that, and then fold it like that, and that bit goes at the back. You've got that in the front. All right, that is your front. I'm just going like this now, and I want to just put some glue on that section there, the base, and then also this section here. That's so my tag doesn't fall out, and this is just so that I can have a little pocket here. All right, and then you just turn that over, and same on the bottom here. So this is so that the tag doesn't fall out, and this is just to make the pocket on the opposite side. And then again, just get those nice and sorted. Okay, once you've done that, it's now not going to move, which is a plus. Then what I did was I've just taken, this one's missing a bit of distress, my little notch. This is just a 1 inch. You can take any circle punch or any punch you have. I'm just going to take a little thumb notch in here because I want to keep this flat, so I don't want to put a tab or anything out of here. I just want to be able to slide that in, and then on the other one at the back here. So again, I'm going to just go like that. I've got the bit sticking all over my front. That's all right. Okay, so there's the one. There's your little booklet. How cute is that? Right, now let's just get this bit lying flat. Why aren't you lying flat now? Just get it to go into its fold. Get that nice and flat. And if it doesn't want to do it, make it do it. That's my answer to that. Right, so there we go. We've got our little booklet there, and it looks ever so cute. How cute is that? So easy, isn't it? All right, now it's just a case of decorating, so it's all up to you. I have decided I was going to put a little piece of lace on the front here. I'm just trying to get my little goodie flat. There we go. Right, so let's just open that up there for the minute. I'm going to put a little bit of lace just across the bottom here like that. So got my little fabric tack here. I'm going to just put some lace on here. Now, go and look in your scrap pile when you're doing these things. You know, that's where you can use up so many things. It doesn't need to be a piece of lace. Like Rach just had a snippet that she just cut off a rectangle on and then used that as a base for like a snippet, and then she put on some little stamp pieces. So from her, I think it's her Beatrix Potter kit, which is stunning, by the way. So there we go. I've got that there. I love that flower there, but I'm going to just put on a few bits here. So I'm going to take that to sort of bring out the lilac shades there, and then we are going to get that stuck down. So let's do that. And I want the my art glitter glue for that, so I'm just going to stick this over here. Right, I'm all booked for my murder mystery week end, so we're making a weekend of it now. All excited to get dressed up and be investigators while the actors put together this lovely scenario, so that's exciting. And also booked into Rach's retreat, so if you haven't done that, guys, go and check that out. That is super exciting as well. I've got two pieces here. I'm just saying I've got this bit, which I think is too much like that one, so I'm going to go with this one. But I was just giving you options that you could, you know, any little bit of that you can use. I'm going to stick that on there. So any of these scrappy bits, this was kindly gifted to me a while back, and I just went through some of my things when I was moving my craft room, which is what I was going to share with you today, but I just couldn't today. And the weather has only perked up in the last 10 minutes, so yeah. Right, this one is looking very loose here with its little pearls. I think it is sewn there, but I'm going to just put a little bit of this there just to get them stuck in place while I've got it out. And then I've taken a paper flower and a buttons and things from my collection that I've been putting together. And I'm going to just stick this over here, and that's going to finish off that section, so not difficult. There we go. So that's all I'm doing for that one. Right, then on this side, I just put together, I'm just following what I did in the other one. I just had a few bits because I love this going here. Perfect place to do some writing as well. I just wanted to put a couple of things together for this one. So something like that. And again, we don't always need to have everything. You know, that might be a bit high, so I could actually cut that down as well. So don't be afraid to cut down what you're not using, because let's just cut it off there. I keep the bits and use the bits. You just never know when you need something, and sometimes creating your own works out well. So let's see, I'm going to put that there and that there. Yeah, so other than that, what else have I done this weekend? Been very busy working on my new kit, so I want to get that sorted before the end of March, and packing orders for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing this week, and nothing overly exciting although I was in my, you know, best place. That's what I love doing, so I was happy. But I didn't, my children were all busy doing their own thing this week, and my son's a big paramotor enthusiast in his spare time, so as if riding a motorbike wasn't enough to stress me out in my life, he feels he needs to fly 5,000 feet above the ground with a motor on his back and stress me out even more. Yes, the joys of sons, you know. Thank goodness for hair colour, that's all I'm saying. Right, there we go. Now I have got this little thing on here, which was part of this little bit on the front, and I was going to just put that over there, so I might just do that. Let's do it. And he did come over, and he was back today, so he did come over and make me a nice breakfast this morning, but it was before that I started to feel grim, and I think it's because I had too many teas this morning. The milk does play havoc with me. I don't know if you guys are like that, or yeah, the joys of intolerances. Right, what else do I want to put on here? I think I'm pretty happy with that. I was planning on putting a couple of sentiments, because I love a sentiment, but we'll come back and look at those in a minute. Right, so we want to have something on this side now. So if I put a darker one of those up there, I think I'm going to do that. So let's do that. I love the sentiments and just thoughts. I have a calendar on my desk here, and every day I've got a lovely message to read, and it's inspiring. I love inspiring messages. What's today's message? So today's message is, supposing you have tried and failed again and again, you may have a fresh start any moment you choose. Mary Pickford. Absolutely true. Love reading other people's inspiration and food for thought, you know. Okay, what else do I want to try here? Now, we've got a bit of the blue there, so I thought I would bring it in somewhere. So maybe a little bit like that. And this is where these sort of bits come in. I think I'll just trim off those two and bring in a little bit of neutral. Got to use it up, don't we? So let's put this on. Just bring a little bit of that aqua color through. Now I think these would make lovely little gifts, and you could roll these off with all those pages that are misprints, or you know, things that you're not sure what to do with, because I mean, this page is just a normal journal page, and you know, other than going into a journal as a full journal page, you're quite limited. It's not a background page, but I think it works really well because you can't see, you're only seeing a very small part of it. You just see it in a different light, don't you? So I recommend giving this a go for all those pages out there in your stash that you aren't using. No, I think that's all right. Okay, let's look at the back one. I want to get that one done. So yeah, now I've got a little bit of this. Let me try something different. We'll do it over there, and then I'm going to put a little, yeah, I'm going to try that, something like that. All right, so we've got that there, and then I'm going to go with the lilac, as we've got lilac going on there. Book, a noun, a portable sanctuary. Oh yes, definitely. Right, so we've got that there. Do I want to put anything on there? Yeah, why not? Because it's a bit of the written text. So we'll just as we've talked about a book, we're putting a little scroll here. Right, move that over. Okay. All right, so there's the back one done, and then it's just this one over here. Okay, so I've just discovered these two. So this one doesn't have any, well, not enough glue on, so I've just put on this sort of text one, and then a little bit of this lilac one there, like that. And then I had this little scrappy bit that I shared with you on what to do with scraps video before. So I had this from some bits, and I'm going to stick that just over here. And then I thought I would just take this little love bit that I stamped, and I'm going to use that as well. So yeah, it's all coming together now really quickly. And I think you could have an amazing time sitting and playing with these and decorating them. As I said, if you take all your old book pages and, you know, mass make the base, you can always decorate them at another time. So, you know, when you're putting your journal together according to what you have. So a great idea for a mass make. I'm going to just stick that at the bottom there. Now these are pretty flat little bits, so I've tried to keep it pretty flat. You know, I'm not very good at behaving myself with that. There's always so many things I like to do. This little bit, I've got one over there, and I think it's not the right colour, so I don't want to put it in, so I'm going to leave it, which is absolutely fine, unless I go and stick it up here. Yeah, let's put it over there, and then that's done. Yeah, now to put for the closure, you can use twine. You can, you know, baker's twine or butcher's twine. You can use ribbon, you can use sari, you can use whatever you have. That's the wrong thing to go on there. There we go. So we've got everything looking lovely. Let's just look at it quickly again. So we've got the front, and I love how that's come together. We've got the inside to write lots of little things there. We've added that little bit to the bottom there, and it works really nice with these pages actually. And we've got that little bit there, and then at the back we just added that little bit over there. How sweet is that? All right, so sorry this is a bit disjointed today, it's a state of my mind. Right, so I've got 2 little cards is what you need to go in if you're making little cards to go in. I've got 1 little card, I've just added a tab on the back and some ribbon and a little tag. So these all come from my ephemera kit for the Book Lovers Bliss, because I'm going to put these 2, 1 into each signature. All right, so let's start at the back. I think I'm going to put this one in here because that's where all the blues are. All right, perfect. And then this one over here, I'm going to stick in this little journal card in there, and you can easily take it out with the thumb notch and it's going to lie nice and flat. Then with this one, we're going to put in this little card over here, again, just so that we can grip it. And then on the front, we are going to put in this little tag over here. Okay, so now we're going to fold it over like this. And it's either a case of using some twine, and I've got some different colors there as well, or we can use some ribbon, which is, what did I do with the ribbon that I had? Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's a case of ribbon or twine. So let's just see. I've got this nice thin ribbon, came from my bundle, and that's going to look lovely on here. So I'm doing one with ribbon. I'm just seeing how it'll look, and I wanted the bow on this side really, so you can either use your ribbon or you can use whatever else you have as a closure. And isn't that the most adorable little thing? I quite like that. Now I'm not going to cut it, I'm going to adjust it and move the ribbon where I want it, but you've got that. And then this one, which again I've just wrapped it around here a few times like this. I think I did move it over, yeah. And then let's just see where we are with this. All right, so either one is going to look absolutely stunning. Both of them are going to go into my journal, 1 in each signature. And there you have it. I mean, I've brought the pink ribbon in case I wanted to swap this over here for the pink ribbon with the dots on. So either one will go. All right. And there's our little project for today. A quick and easy Sunday one. I think the longest part of that was the decorating. But go and give it a go. They are really lovely to make, and you can get on a roll, get all your little decorative bits out, and as I say, make the bases up as a great mass make and have them on hand. All right, everyone, have a fabulous Sunday. Go and have a nice relaxing time. I will see you on Tuesday. I hope to do my craft room if the weather's nice, and do a little tour of that. So look out for that on Tuesday, and have a lovely week. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.